One of the things about the secrecy in this case that just I think it's something that has just become an addiction by all of the parties in the court. And the reason I say I think the secrecy has become an addiction is that when they came to arguing that part of the Franks hearing in which they were discussing Dylan Mortensen's statements about what happened that night, they would not allow her to mention the name of the witness. In other words, the court instructed the attorneys, do not use the names of the witnesses. Do not use the names of the witnesses. Just say the witness or the person that you spoke to. So Ann Taylor starts talking about it, and it became obvious to even a novice who might have read a newspaper headline that they were talking about Dylan Mortensen. So that's what I mean, that the secrecy in this case has just become an addiction. And those of us who are watching the case are just scratching our heads wondering why. Doesn't that seem odd to you that they said that the court said that they weren't allowed to use the name of the witnesses, but then as soon as Ann Taylor started talking, it was obvious she was talking about Dylan Mortensen? Isn't that a little bit weird?
Well, the thing is too, like we say witnesses, it's just like the whole world knows that we don't have that many options as to who could be a witness unless some mysterious dun 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 person is gonna show up. But I think is almost kind of telling that she made it so clear on who she was talking about. I wonder almost if that's an indication that she doesn't necessarily want to keep things under wrap.
Now, there are a couple of little details that were talked about more openly than have ever been talked about in these hearings that were held in late January of 2025. One of them was, and I had forgotten this detail, that Moscow Police Department Detective Corporal Brett Payne, who, of course, wrote Exhibit A to the probable cause affidavit, actually went to Pennsylvania the night that Brian Koberger's home was flashbanged, the doors broken in and the windows broken. He was actually there, Brett Payne was, and defense attorney Elisa Massoth asked him about that.